Let's ride.
If you want to go and take a ride with me.
Welcome to
Remember that song?
Couch on Fire.
Oh, hey. dude, dude, I have a we're moving and I have a old couch and I've been begging my wife to let me light this bitch on fire so I can get some really good footage.
Do it.
I want to. I don't know what
Is
my
it
neighbor.
heavy?
No, it's not. It's really light. It would
Oh.
burn up in like a heartbeat. My neighbors would complain, and the police would get here, and
You don't have to worry about no fucking HOA. And tomorrow is the night, Rob. They'll be busy with fireworks. Or the ever fun, is that a gunshot or a firework game?
or maybe I just light it on fire and say a firework from one of my neighbors landed in it.
Do it.
I've always wanted to get back at my neighbor next door. That's another journey. We'll talk about that another day.
Ooh. Ooh.
Anyway,
Okay. That's on camera now, bud.
so Alex, what would you like to talk about?
Well, not premeditated arson. You collect anything, Rob?
Yeah, I used to have a gum sculpture of you in my closet, and I used to collect that for a while. Every time you used to.
That's why I don't chew gum.
um,
That's why.
dude, I have my one thing that I'm huge collecting on, and I kind of feel bad because I haven't collected it. I haven't bought the new sets the last two new sets that came out. Um, but yeah, there's this little there's like I can actually pull one out. It's right here.
It's Heroclix, isn't it?
Yes, these little guys. It's a board, basically a board game. You collect those. They have points, and you face other people, and you can go to tournaments. Which I've been to tournament. Well, I've been to 3 or 4 tournaments, and I've always ended last. And yeah, I mean it's honestly at this point I really don't play that much anymore, but I still like collecting them because it's all comic book characters. Like it's Marvel, DC. Sometimes they did Ninja Turtles who's about to come out, the new one.
Let me get some goddamn Sonic.
And then well, they had Street Fighter, and it sucks because they were a limited edition, and they look so fucking badass. And this was there was a time where I didn't collect at all, and that's the time that Street Fighter came out. So, and they sometimes they do like video games like Halo, Gears of War, Final Fantasy. They do like special ones, but Star Trek was another big one. But
Hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek. So. Maybe it's because I don't know really. Anyway, but yeah, hobbies are
Indeed.
collectibles. That's my hobby. I collect that. I have a whole bunch of '90s memorabilia in this room right here that we're recording in. Um, I'm happy. It's just crazy. I wanted all this shit when I was young. I wanted a Ren and Stimpy doll. I wanted the Nickelodeon magazine. I wanted the Simpson plush dolls. I wanted all this cool stuff. I just could not afford it. And now since I'm an adult and I just want to waste my money instead of mortgage and bills, I'd rather just buy stuff that I can look at.
Yeah, but you're supporting both of those too, though. The
Yeah,
mortgage and the bills.
yeah.
So, like, it's nice to have money and be able to buy the shit that you want. I'm such a tech junkie. Every once in a while, I'll buy a new deck of magic cards to kind of like fill in some of the new abilities to fuck with my little brothers, but that's about it. Uh, but tech, I love tech, and that's not like bleeding edge. In fact, I like a hybridization of the old and the new. Like
Yeah.
I want to set up my mechanical typewriter to be a Bluetooth keyboard,
But you can hear that.
and I'm typing on my mechanical typewriter, so I could put a piece of paper in there and print up what I was typing as I typed it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's
say
one of the next projects I'm doing.
that's actually pretty fucking awesome. No, that's cool. I like like tech is a big. I mean, look at you see YouTube people do love tech, and tech is something I like tech, but I think I'm more towards like the um like just the stuff I wanted when I was a kid. That's the biggest thing, and that's what I
Well,
started
that's
collecting.
always that was always the stuff for me that I wanted
Oh,
as a
that
kid
was
was
okay.
tech. I wanted to play with shit and tinker with it and like figure out how to hack it. From when I was like 10.
What? Where's your MacBook?
Like I said, uh, I've been doing this shit longer than yesterday. That's why I don't have a MacBook.
Well, I figured, I don't know. There was a time where I was that person that ate from the apple tree, even if it was rotten.
It was pretty rotten. It's coming back around again, but
No, I mean, my
ain't for
the
me.
phones and I don't know. Like maybe it's because I'm out of the loop with the tech stuff, but to me, it's like how much more you can you do with a laptop? How much more can you do with a phone? There was something I saw recently that I thought was really cool. I think Windows put it out. It's like a huge like art table, but it's a monitor screen. And then you put like this dial on it, and you can turn shit, change colors with it, and then it's like
That's
all.
like 4 years old, dude.
Well,
That's the Microsoft Surface table.
oh yeah, Rob, that came out in 2003. What the fuck have you been? Like, I
No,
mean,
that's 4 years old. That's old by tech circles.
so well then, what's old by tech circle? What is
Uh,
considered like what is considered like obsolete in
See
the tech world?
the no, I disagree fundamentally with the tech world obsolete thing.
Mm,
The obsolescence gets pulled a lot earlier in the tech world than it does in the rest of the general public. And like I've never appreciated that because it's like no, those machines still have good use. What are you doing just throwing that out? You're never gonna use that again. Why? Why? Just slow down. Slow down. We don't have to throw everything out and just buy a new thing. Like the old thing still worked. What are you doing? That's always bothered me. So I go with the consumer cycle lifespans on that grounds, and 5 to 10 years. And I'll advise
okay.
people to buy computers that will have that lifespan, like hardware wise, where you're not so outpaced that it feels like you're working on a 56K dial up modem, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Um, so like 5 to 10 years is the cycle I like for obsolescence, but it's as ridiculous as like 2 years now.
I think you hold on one second. I'm gonna grab something.
Dun 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 dun. Well, I've got a lot of dead space to play with. Oh, here we go. Apparently not so much.
What you say?
Uh, I was just talking about how I like Dead Space, the video game.
So you're talking about stuff that's like 10 years.
Yeah.
This was my first smartphone. I just want to let you know what this bad boy is. This is called the Brick or the T-Mobile G1. This was like one of the original Android phones, besides the Android phone from Verizon. I think that was the first one.
I
This
still
is
have mine.
that is crazy. Like I kind of I don't really consider it a collect like me being like like a hobby, but I like to hold on to this. I mean, I still have 3 or 4 iPhones. I still have one of my favorite, hands down, one of my favorite phones of all times was the Windows phone. It was a Windows phone. I love Windows phone. Rest in peace. Um, and it was I think it was the 8. I think the Windows Phone 8. Oh my god, it was so great. It was nice and purple. It was matted on the back. It was just a good phone for me, and I love that phone. So I maybe I collect some tech, but not too much. I don't know why I hold on to these things. I mean, do you think you hold on to your stuff because of nostalgia, or do you think you actually will fuck with it one day?
Oh, I know how I want to use it right now. I actually have a plan for every piece of old tech I have still,
Yeah.
and like I have an explicit like this is for that, this is for that, that's for that, and that's for that for each of them because they all still operate. Like it was always screen shards, or I'd go with a new contract or whatever. Uh, but they can all still turn on and they'll boot up. A okay.
Okay.
And at
I was,
that
try-
point, they're
I was
just
just
processing power.
I was just trying to turn that on. It's dead, and God knows what kind of charger that is. So I'm just
Push it towards your face. We couldn't see. Closer to your face. Oh no! No! What? That was one of the USB attempts from like 2003.
Tell you,
Oh no!
this was the shit. So I I and the sad thing is I might still have the cable. I don't know. So with this makes me think of like you telling me you're holding on to things, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15 years. What is borderline collectible to borderline hoardism? Is it hoardism even a word or being
Hoarding. Hoarding.
hoarding? Yeah, yeah. So hoardism.
The ideology of hoarding.
Oh my god, I'm holding on to stuff. I'm having a horgasm. I'm sorry, mom, dad, everybody's watching this. Um, but yeah, so like, what, like, just think about this. Like, I have stuff that like I will never probably touch or use ever again, but yet I kind of just want to hold on to it. I mean, you know, why not? I have a
Yeah.
Reptar. I have a lot like a Reptar bar that you can eat, and most likely it's going to go.
Why?
It's expired 2 years ago, but it's a Reptar bar, and I used to love the Rugrats. I can't even speak. It's
But,
just
but buy a Reptar bar?
yeah. Well, at the time they just came out, and it was a company called FYE. They had a limited edition, turns your tongue green. I was all about it. I bought 3 of them. I actually put money down, and I picked them up once they came out, and then they were gone. But now you can buy them everywhere, which sucks. But it's one of the original ones, so I like to keep that.
Huh.
So
I've never
yeah,
kept food as a collectible.
yeah, that's the only one. Other than that, I mean, I have some other crazy stuff. I just try to have some one.
I would keep an eye on that for mold.
No, it's in a nice wrapper. I don't think.
Yeah, but it's still like a paper wrapper, Rob. Like, keep an eye on that. That might become mold.
Kind of want to eat it after like 10 years to see what happens.
I would not recommend that.
And that was the last you saw of him.
Yeah,
So.
that sounds like a one-way ticket out of here, buddy.
But so the other half. All right. So hobbies. Let's think about that. It's comparable.
Suicide jokes.
Okay. All right. So
Like the one you just had, talking about
Yeah.
eating the chocolate.
Well, see, I guess this is a hobby for us, collecting things.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of hobbies. I know you're writing a book. You're what is it?
I'm
You're
holding
making
up
your own.
Shovel Knight right now.
Okay, you're writing a book. You're making a video game. You're turning a typewriter into Bluetooth. You're doing a podcast with this guy. You have like a long, and that's just the obvious stuff. That's not you collecting things. That's not you playing Rocket League in tournaments. That's not you, you know, playing Switch, which I wish I had.
Dude, it's so good.
But I there's never mind. How long? Yeah, I can see the problem about this topic is it's so wide,
Yeah.
and I can talk about it for a long time because there's so many things you could do. I think it's crazy now that you know so many people that are around our age, like that were born in the early 80s, maybe even late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, and maybe even
whole range.
yeah, that whole beginning of the that whole little range right there. We all have money now, so that's why like shows like Stranger Things and shows like that I don't know. It's just
Why they're so marketable now? Is
yeah.
because we're allowed to be geekskin? What the hell happened to my volume now? Did it just do it again?
You were just all over the place. I love it.
Sorry, I saw my volume dial and it looks like it dropped again. This is
Yeah.
wild.
No, but I mean, just think about it. Just all the stuff that like you can buy now. Like, I watched a documentary. One of the key things that you're going to hear a lot on this show is how I watch a documentary. I'm going to keep talking while he's checking his volume, and I hope you enjoy this.
No,
You-
can you hear me?
Yeah, of
That's
course I
so
can.
weird.
Hmm.
OBS is
Cool.
just not picking me up.
I mean, I hear you loud on my end. You sound good.
Huh. That's so weird. Because I'm gonna see this in the spectrogram.
Hold on, let me take that picture. That 2 megapixel pixel.
Yeah, that was high end.
But
Anyways,
no,
let's just carry on.
yeah. So I was watching a Netflix special about Funko, this company called Funko, and how
The
they
Funko Pop.
yeah, Funko Pop, but at the time they were just straight bobbleheads, and this guy was just like, I want to make bobbleheads, but I want to make awesome bobbleheads, and he just started making bobbleheads, and then he started getting rights to do different things and different things and different things, and now it's just it's so big, and I think it's because of our generation. We have money, and they're putting out these little pop things, these Funko things to I mean that look, the
They've
last
got
thing they
My
just
Little Pony. They've got Rick and Morty. They've
yes.
got every Marvel and DC character you can imagine, from like obscure Constantine references all the way up through Spawn,
Oh yeah.
Superman,
Now they got
everybody in the X Men, including Forget Me Not.
yeah, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. I mean, these are things that we grew up like early Nickelodeon, early Cartoon Network, and then you got I mean, they even have like Speed Racer, Rocky and
I
Bullwinkle,
love the retro stuff,
and it's
and
just like
I get the biggest smile on my face anytime I see anything Rocky and Bullwinkle.
uh, that's how I feel about Ren and Stimpy. I love Ren and Stimpy.
That got weird as it came off of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it got a little darker. I
It,
know.
yeah, it was a little weird on Nickelodeon, and then it got
Yeah.
weirder.
As an adult now, trying to watch that is it's funny.
Is
Like
it
I didn't understand.
painstaking?
Well, it's the animation and everything was like, and then it's like they made it for kids because the short like let's
Format.
see, the short format's like really fast because brain when you're a kid you're just all over the fucking place anyway. So I mean that's probably a tribute to my ADD. Um, so so it's all over the place, but you don't really get the jokes. You just it's kind of like what is that show? What was it? Rocco's Modern Life. I mean, they had a fat cow named Heifer or
I
and
mean, he's a cow, bro. How about you slow it down? He
I
might be a
mean,
healthy weight for a cow. Okay,
yeah,
don't fat shame.
yeah. But they talk about weird stuff. I mean, it's just little things like that. But I feel like our generation is definitely there's more Comic Cons. There's more you know, what is it? Down here we have in 3 months we have the Raleigh Comic Con. Then we have the Winston Salem Comic Con, and then we have like the Movie Con. But all these events are gonna have like pops. They're gonna have collectibles. They're gonna have. I have posters on my wall. I mean, I have
Yep.
things everywhere. They're all collectibles, and that's what people are. Like how fast do the was it the Super NES, the retro one that came out?
Oh,
How fast did that sell?
that
What
was a
about
pain in the ass to
you
get a
know? And,
hold of.
and I hate to say this, and I hope they don't do it this year. Nintendo
They're
64,
doing it.
but it hasn't been that. I mean, I feel like it needs to be a little bit older. Nintendo 64. But
There's a rumor that they're already gonna do one for the GameCube, dude.
well, Luigi's Mansion better be on that fucking game because that's the best damn game.
Yeah, no, everybody says that. Like, if GameCube, then Luigi's Mansion.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. But anyway, well, GoldenEye better be on this
It is.
N64
It
game,
is
and they
on the
better have.
list.
So I will buy that. I didn't buy the Super NES or the regular NES.
It's even got Perfect Dark on the list. Like,
Really,
it's got all the ones you want, plus like 4 obscure ones that nobody really played here in
yeah.
the States. Uh, it's
Well,
got everything you want this run. Like, the NES isn't missing, or the NES is missing some classics. Uh, the Super NES is missing fewer, but there's still like a no, I might have included that instead.
yeah.
Uh, but the N64 has every single headline title from the N64.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. It's just, but the amount of money they make on these little things. I mean, they're cheap as fuck to make, probably.
Uh,
I
they're a
mean,
lot cheaper than they're selling them for. Yeah.
yes, and you know the amount of money that they're making, they've probably surpassed the Wii, and then the Wii U. Those two things. I don't know. The regular Wii
No,
probably I've sold a lot, but the Wii U,
I still don't know what happened there.
they were testing the waters for the Switch because it was definitely the
Well,
blueprints in a way for the Switch.
yeah, but like, I wasn't tracking on it at all at the time, and it just like popped up in front of me. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? There's another Nintendo
Yeah.
Wii system? When did that drop?" And like, then there was silence. Like Nintendo receded back into its cave to plot
Yeah.
once more, and then Switch.
Well, Switch hands down is the best move they've made in years. I
Oh,
mean, just hands down. I hope
oh
they
yeah.
I hope they don't try to push something stupid out for another 4 or 5 years. Like just and
They're actually talking about a replacement to the 3DS family. I'm
see that's a little bit different. I don't know. To
Well,
me, that's
their
like
their console has always been the handheld. Like they've been
yeah,
king of handheld, and it's really floated them for a long time. Like they got away with some shit with the GameCube and the Wii U.
yeah,
Uh, but the handhelds where they held total dominance, fuck you, kind of money, and for them to at this point give up the most popular iteration of that with the most handheld cartridges ever sold of any system ever and just give up on it effectively. I'm like, why would you do that?
Well, maybe they're putting all their cards in the Switch. Maybe they're trying,
Well, no, they're trying to find a specifically handheld thing to replace the 3DS. And
I
I don't know that it's going to be a hybrid system between the 3DS and the Switch family, because there's going to be a Switch family. Let's be real.
I just want something this size where I can just take the screen and open it up.
That is a long time coming.
It will go that way.
It
Who
will,
do you?
and
And
it'll be powered by the cloud itself. Like the cloud won't just bear data; it'll bear power,
yeah.
and you'll just this thing is off, and I'm using it now. No batteries, no nothing.
Um. Side note: I think my wife is beating the crap out of my daughter. I just hear her screaming a lot, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um.
What was that about arson, Rob?
I'm gonna burn that couch. No, my
Blame it
my
on your
wife
neighbor. That's arson.
does not beat my daughter. My daughter is just hard to understand. She.
That could have taken a turn for a
Yeah.
punchline, Rob, and I was braced for impact.
Oh my! But yeah,
Ah.
but I still have my old systems. I still have a 360. I still have a PlayStation 3, and
Ah.
I wish I still would have had the old ones. I see these pictures online, and they're just like all
Of
the
the
consoles.
arcade rooms.
Oh my god! And you're so jealous. You're like envious. You're just like, what the fuck was
My
I thinking?
panties get wet every time.
And it's like I'm gonna start doing that, but then it's like then you realize you're like, oh, I gotta drop all this money because trying to find an actual, Nintendo classic is like traditional. It's just outrageous.
All I've got to do is knife my dad in the kidney, and I've got a NES.
Okay.
I've told my entire family. I'm like, dude, three things happen when dad dies. I'm not lowering him into the ground. I'll help.
Okay.
I'll help plan. I'll do everything. Not interacting with lowering. It's weird for me.
I, I
And
can
I
see
get
that.
his NES and his fucking skateboard. They're mine.
What skateboard does he have?
It's an 18-inch fiberglass custom board that he built himself back in 1976.
Okay. You know what I have
That
since
thing is 4 inches tall.
you know what I have since '76? Absolutely nothing.
A basketball jersey. Huh? Huh?
Oh.
I Don't apologize for the pun.
So, Alex, I'm gonna have to cut this short. I have to go downstairs. I'm getting blown up by my wife.
Need
Family
help?
comes first.
Yep.
Yes, family
All
always
right.
comes first.
Well, I guess that's a wrap for this episode.
Yes. Real quick, let me just take a selfie. You can't take selfies with this little fucking thing.
You had to turn it around backwards.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know if it looked good. Let me erase that. Let me try it again. It's like, hey, we've come a long way in life. So, and this was honestly, I had this in 2008, so it's not that bad.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Pretty clunky.
Yeah, they were sidekick. We could talk about phones. Maybe one day we'll just do nothing about computers and phones. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.